Have you been promised a new and exciting product that says it'll make you $100 per day in a week's time? Does it include a content spinner to make your business grow faster and easier? If you haven't heard of a spin tool yet, you most likely will in the near future. These tools are often included on platforms of many product promotions. Hi, I'm Suzanne Stoddard of Legitimate Affiliate Training, and I want to help you understand what a content spinner is, as well as why they're dangerous to use. And if you like my video, please hit like and subscribe to my channel. And if you're looking to build your own long-term sustainable business, I have the free blueprint for you to follow. Check it out below in the description. This is the exact method I use to make money online. So let's get started, shall we? So what is content spinning? Well, according to Wikipedia, a spinning is used for SEO purposes, and it's for creating content from what already exists. The robot software changes specific words and phrases, sentences or paragraphs to alternate versions to provide a slightly different variation with each spin. Okay, so it says here this ensures that a large percentage of words are different from the original article. But of course, the problem is that they are poorly done and it just doesn't sound like a human wrote it. A spinning tool does this by using synonyms. For example, content spinning is great for lazy marketers. An article spinner might reinterpret that as content rewriting is good for inactive marketers. This is done by using a form of spin tax. This is what tells the spinner what words to swap out with another. Take a look at what I made here for you. This is the original sentence here that I used, and these are alternate words that a spin tool might use. So in this case, I just chose 3 words to replace the ones that are all color-coded. So a spin tool might say something like, articles rotating is ideal for sluggish seller. Okay, because these are the words that would be substituted. Now, can you see how that really doesn't make sense and it sounds kind of goofy? So you can imagine all the variations that would come out when you spin enough times and use all the different synonyms. And I just chose 3 words for each. So in an article that's 500 to 1,000 words long, there are thousands of different ways it could be spun into new articles that are slightly different from each other. And it hopes that the other robot called Google will think it's a different article. So why were they created in the first place? They were primarily created for bloggers to improve their SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. The more articles with keywords they could post, the more backlinks they would receive. And as you can imagine, these tools didn't get their start with ethical uses. They were used for shady SEO tactics or for reusing someone else's content without having to rewrite it. The first notable tool was called ArticleBot, created in 2004, and was mostly used for black hat SEO. You see, prior to 2011, people could spam sites with thousands, if not millions, of pieces of content and spinning it for their own use. And they got away with it. They were playing the numbers game. If they threw enough spaghetti at the wall, they counted on something sticking. So by the sheer number of articles being posted, there was little that Google or other search engines could do. But Google ended that era with their Panda and Penguin algorithm updates in 2011 and 2012. It put the content farms, which were sites that paid people to write short, low-quality articles, out of business. Can you imagine how often these spin tools were used there? So as quickly as content spinning had risen, it fell out of favor just as fast. But that didn't mean spinner tools went away. In fact, they're still used by many shady marketers. So why are people still being taught to use them? Even though this tactic is effectively dead, many marketers are still targeting newbies. Beginners to online marketing don't know the dangers, and because they're new students to some of these unsavory marketers, they're easy to target. They're told, and probably already know, that plagiarism is illegal. But if they rewrite the content, it will be considered unique. Another reason is that people are inherently lazy. or they're caught up in the shiny object syndrome. I have a video for you about shiny object syndrome if you're wondering what that is. I'll leave that link below. These marketers know that their potential customers want to believe that there's a new or secret system exploiting a loophole somewhere that can make them rich overnight with little to no work. And beginners fall victim to these overly hyped up sales pages and buy some cheap product to fulfill their dreams of financial freedom. I don't blame them. I fell into that trap for a while. It's easy to do when you're not aware of how things actually work online. Believe it or not, content spinners should be used by the very experienced because they require a lot of work to get new, unique, and readable and safe articles to publish. So then, why are they so dangerous for beginners? Well, are you serious about your business? Is it important to you? Then you need to pass on the idea of using an article spinner tool. The risks are too high with Google, and you risk hurting your reputation as well as your site. You'll never win the war against Google. These tools may improve over time, but so does Google's artificial intelligence. It's getting smarter all the time. It can now understand metaphors, the context of an article, and even view images. Google can look at an image and tell if it's related to your title, subheadings, and text. Isn't that wild? So with this advanced AI, don't you think Google can figure out if a piece of content has been spun? These are the dangers with spinning tools. Number 1, first and foremost, it's unethical. Beginners are taught to take other people's articles and spin them for their own use. That's downright stealing. Number 2, plagiarized. Taking someone's content and simply rewriting it with a spin tool is still plagiarism. You can certainly use other content for research and then create new content in your own words. But spinning an article is not rewriting something in your own words. Number 3 is duplication. Heck, even if it's your own content, you can't publish it in several places. People turn to article spinners to try and make new articles seem unique. But it simply produces low-quality work that's still considered duplicate content. Number 4, it's not readable. Google is now so advanced in its AI learning and understanding that they can tell if content was written in a manipulative way. And if it doesn't make sense to you, it knows it's not going to make sense to any reader. People just don't talk that way. Look at this example. This is using a free tool online called SpinBot. And I entered a text here. Let's see if I can zoom in so you can see it better. Beginners shouldn't use article spinners for the simple reason that they don't work. They used to a long time ago, but now Google's AI learning is getting very smart. It will recognize a spun article and penalize you by not ranking your content. They should only be used by experienced people who have a deep understanding of SEO. And this is what came out. Apprentices shouldn't utilize text rewriters for the straightforward explanation. They simply don't work. They used to quite a while past, yet now Google's AI learning is getting exceptionally shrewd. It will perceive a spun article and punish you by not positioning your substance. What the heck does that mean? They should just be utilized by experienced individuals who have profound comprehension of SEO. So it's not bad, but it's not great either. But if you keep respinning, because that's the idea, is that people keep respinning and spinning to get several articles. Well, I did it again, and this is what it said this time. Students shouldn't use text rewriters for the direct clarification. They essentially don't work. So see, it's getting worse each time. They used to a long time past. However, at this point, Google's AI learning is getting adroit. It will see a spun article and rebuff you by not situating your substance. So see what I mean? It's getting worse. And a third time is worse again. Understudies shouldn't utilize text rewriters for the immediate explanation. They basically don't work. Okay, the AI learning is getting talented. It'll see a spun article and rebuke you. Okay, and look at this. They should basically be utilized by experienced individuals who have a huge energy about SEO. So can you see where it just doesn't make sense? It's just downright ridiculous. So of course, that's the fifth reason it's dangerous. Okay, an unreadable article doesn't offer any value to its reader, and with having no value, Google, knowing it was spun, will not rank that article. Reason number 6 is that it's just not professional. It'll only hurt your business and your reputation. Do you want to put that on the line? Successful online businesses need to show authority in their niche. But what kind of authority will you be showing if people are reading crappy content that doesn't make sense? So don't believe what these shady marketers are teaching you. They know the risks, but they're hoping you don't. Content spinning is usually sold as a fast and easy option to blogging. They entice you with these get-rich-quick schemes, but without a deep knowledge of SEO, you can't make it work. A beginner is unlikely to understand, know, or even care about SEO, so there's no way they can use a spinning tool properly. But that's how these scammy marketers sell you their crappy products, through hype and misleading promises that are never fulfilled and often dangerous. And you deserve much better than that. Would you like to know what to do instead? Well, first of all, don't buy anything that has a spinning tool in it. It's just not safe. And don't forget about my link below. It gives you free training that's safe, honest, and ethical. But here are some other things that you need to consider. First of all, you should be writing unique, high-quality content to get the proper ranking. Something that holds your visitors' attention. Then you need to optimize your content for SEO purposes. It needs many additional elements to rank, such as keyword research, images, internal and external links, site speed, and all that kind of stuff. Here's an article you can take a look at called the 10 Crucial SEO Ranking Factors You Need to Know. Okay, this was put out by Opt-in Monster. It's on their blog, and it gives you a lot of great information for you to know how to properly optimize an article. Okay, I won't go through it. There's lots to go through here, but I'll leave the link below for you so you can look at it at your own leisure. Okay, so how else can you get more out of your existing content? Why not repurpose your content in a different format? Have you thought about republishing it as a video or an infographic? Or how about a manual or a guide? If it was a long article, why not break it down to a more detailed series of shorter posts? You could also write from a different point of view. If you wrote an article about how to do something, take a run at it from a different angle, like how not to do something. Or if you wrote the 5 best ways to do something, it could become the 5 common mistakes. And the second time you write an article will take you less time. And if it's too closely related to your first go-around, it might work perfectly as a guest post for someone else. Guest posts work great for backlinks and ranking juice. If you insist on spinning, though, then you need to do it properly. First of all, you always use your own work. Don't steal anyone else's. Do some research and find a paid, high-quality spin tool, and then do even more research to find out how to use one effectively. This is an article I found by Matthew Woodward. Okay, he is an expert at using spin tools, and this article will basically show you how to go about using a tool called, and here it is here, the Best Spinner. It's on its 4th version. The basic plan is $67 a year, and this is the standard one, which is what they recommend. So you can see where you are paying a decent amount of money for a paid tool, and then he walks you through how to use this tool. Now, I won't go through this whole entire article because it is very long, but I just want to show you here. He has a video of this, but if you like it in text form, look at how long is this. He gives you screenshots. He gives you lots of instruction. And this is probably making you dizzy. So it is a complicated procedure, to be sure. The training video above is an hour long. That's how much work goes into setting up this tool with the proper procedure to get readable content. It basically has to be completely rewritten. So you see, even if you have an expensive spinning tool, there's still a lot of tedious and complicated tasks to perform. You can't just copy and paste the content, hit spin, and expect to have something nice come out. At the bottom of his article where he's wrapping it up, he says, I know it's going to take some practice to really get it down, but it only takes me 2 hours now from start to finish. 2 hours! Wow! I really think you could write an article from scratch in less time. So thanks so much for watching to the end. I truly hope you found this information helpful and can now understand why spinning tools are dangerous to use. If you found value in my video, please click like and consider subscribing to my channel. I continually add helpful videos as well as honest product reviews. And if you'd like to learn how to build your own business the honest and ethical way, click my link below to meet my personal mentor. The training is free and detailed, and most importantly, actionable. So until next time, cheers!